Good evening, everyone. Rachel Teedy here on this August 31st, the last day of August. Crazy. We have a lot to get to, including your very warm temperatures. Might almost be fall, but doesn't quite feel like that. We'll talk about that more in just a second. But first, I want to talk about a couple of the top stories that we have been covering here. And the first one is regarding Kevin Monahan. You might remember this case. The family of Kaylin Gillis, the young Schuylerville woman who was shot and killed in April, has filed a lawsuit against the alleged shooter. Kevin Monahan, the property owner, is charged with Kaylin's death. Police say he fired his 20-gauge shotgun at the Ford Explorer that she was riding in because allegedly he gets angry when people turn around in his driveway off Patterson Hill Road in Hebron. The lawsuit alleges that Monahan did not mark his property or warn people not to turn around. The suit also names his wife and says the couple is liable for that wrongful death. We're also talking about a Schenectady woman who admitted to stabbing another person with a knife while on a CDTA bus. Kiana Hood is facing charges from the incident that took place in Albany. That's back in May. The Albany County DA's office tells us Hood admits she stabbed someone she did not know on the bus while it was at a gas station on Central Avenue in Colony. She faces up to 2 1/3 to 7 years in prison, and her sentencing is scheduled for the end of October. We're also talking about Overdose Awareness Day. This is part of an international campaign. Fentanyl and other drugs like it have made the drug supply more toxic than ever. Leaders in Schenectady are working to fight against a recent increase in suspected fatal overdoses. More than a dozen people have died from a drug overdose within the last 2 months in the city. And today, the city of Schenectady handed out purple wristbands that say courage, community, and together. And coming up on a closer look on My 4 tonight at 9, we're going to be taking a closer look at this issue, digging into what exactly is being done to try to help people who suffer from addiction. I also want to bring in Chief Meteorologist Paul Cayano, who has your first warning forecast.
Well, a clear and cool night tonight, but seasonably so as we reach the last evening of August and open up September tomorrow. You can see hardly a cloud in the sky overnight, and that will mean temperatures in the 40s to around 50 when we open up Friday morning. And again, another day filled with sunshine on Friday afternoon. A few high, thin clouds or smoke from wildfires may filter some of that sunshine out tomorrow. However, enough to get us back into the upper 70s. Another pleasant night on Friday night. So we open up Saturday with a bunch of sunshine, and as high pressure, which is keeping us dry, starts to slide off toward New England, we'll get a return southerly flow, and that's going to help push temperatures back into the lower 80s. Notice a couple of clouds start to show up late Saturday, and a weak front with very little, if any, precipitation will come through Saturday night, and it looks warm and dry into the rest of the holiday weekend. So 51 tonight, clear and comfortably cool, back to 78 tomorrow with some filtered sunshine, otherwise mostly sunny and pleasant. A little bit more humidity as we go through the weekend, especially Sunday. Both days climbing into the 80s, then summer-like heat and humidity showing up for Labor Day and beyond, with highs through the middle of the week near 90. We'll update the forecast throughout the night.
Paul, thank you so much. So looking at our top stories once again here, the Gillis family is suing the Monahans. There was a person stabbed on a CDTA bus, and it is International Overdose Awareness Day. Tiffany Payton is at a vigil for that right now. You're going to hear from her coming up live at 9 o'clock. We'll see you then.